every one of them down. That's a full team kill.
He's looking for third. He's gonna get it, sir.
Against Kinger now in a 1v2 once again. He finds one. He finds the second. He's still alive. Can he go in?
Oh my goodness.
He's gonna go bar down and give Saints the lead again.
Welcome back, everybody. We are back with game 2 of tonight, even though we weren't able to stream the first one. We are ready for the second one.
We are ready, reinvigorated, all of the R words you can think of.
So, just a recap of what we were able to watch the first game. St. Clair dominated it.
Mm-hmm.
The score at one point before... so what happened was we had to get the coach's point of view, and it worked out for us to get the information to tell all of you lovely people at home. St. Clair, I believe what we saw last was that it was 16-4.
16-4 in kills.
Yeah.
They grabbed a Baron and then kind of lost it again after that, but we're just assuming they took the game after that Baron. It was a pretty... St. Clair definitely had a lead by that point is how we're going to put it, but...
We did see that at the Baron fight, there was a team fight that... I don't know if it followed after the Baron was killed or as it was they were in the middle of killing it, but I just know that there was a team fight that started, and I'm assuming that they killed everybody off from Colombia and then...
Colombia.
Yeah, okay, sorry. Got everybody from their team off of the map, and then were able to pick up the Baron and just close out the game. So good job, Saints. Great first win. Sadly, we weren't able to show you guys it, but we get to show you this great match that is coming up with the... I'm not even going to try. I don't know how to say.
Yeah, so we're gonna see we're gonna be seeing the Saints versus Aquinas in this next one. But right before we get into the draft here, I do want to go back and kind of talk about some of the stuff we kind of missed as we were getting into draft and game there. New Saints roster for this year. You might have seen a few of them if you were watching the Hugh Fest, I believe is what the tournament was called. The Hugh Fest 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, I didn't get to cast that one, but it is what it is.
Someone wasn't in Windsor.
Yeah, so Ricky LaFleur back in the top lane, as we have talked about. But now we have new jungler, Alonso. Also, Timmy's at 3 a.m.
Best username I've seen.
I think it's the best username
Sorry,
because,
Ricky.
if you're... And the best part is that the American schools won't get it, which is even better.
No, they won't.
Baker Boy down in the mid lane,
Yep.
who looks to be a pretty big threat himself. Rock Boom on the ADC, and Rafa, who we slightly touched on there in draft. But that's the new Saints lineup, and it's looking like that's going to be a pretty solid one. Honestly, the team chemistry from the little glimpses we got there of the last game, team chemistry seems to be there. Like I had said, their comp was very, very team fight based, very skill based in those team fights, and it seemed like they were able to make it work. So, as we're gonna get into the draft here,
Shen ban.
Yeah.
Shen, I don't like Shen.
Yeah,
I don't.
No, he's one of the best champs in the game. Not
whoa.
I don't know about meta wise right now, but to me, he's one of the best champs in the game. He's amazing in top lane. He's so much fun, right? Because you get to basically just trade for free, right? Pretty much get to trade for free as long as the other person is playing an auto attack based champion. And then you get max health AP damage on your Q, and obviously you get the crazy Shen map presence because he has an ultimate. Akshan ban coming out from Aquinas. Akshan is one of those champs that sometimes I forget he's in the game. And then you just see an Akshan absolutely stomp a game, win every duel in the top lane. It's another one of those champs, like I was saying about Gnar. It's kind of like another Vayne-like champ where you're kind of just a range top, right? You're just going to be autoing. You're going to be trying to get that spacing, trying to deny as much CS and XP as possible.
Yeah.
Which is pretty much the name of the game in top lane.
Yeah, that is the name of the game up there. There's no denying it at all. But we do see a Kayn ban coming through, which we did mention previously in the last draft that it is their junglers one of the two champions that. Oh wait, no, that was last.
Yeah.
That was last school. Okay.
These are best of one, so we have a new school. here, but Kane ban, still a solid ban, I think.
Yeah,
Kane,
I understand it.
Red Kane in team fights, brutal to fight against. Blue Kane, you never want to catch yourself in a 1v1 against him, especially if you happen to be ADC or squishy mid laner there. Renata ban coming out from Aquinas. I don't know if Rafa himself plays a lot of Renata, but like we were talking about before that last game there, Renata is definitely pretty potent in the meta. She's like, the fact that you can make your ADC or whoever gets jumped on at the starting of a fight live it's really just crazy. And then of course that insane ultimate where you're forcing the other team to attack each other. Once again,
it sucks.
Crazy disruption and crazy CC.
Like, it sucks for whoever's fighting against it. It is a really good ulti because you can turn around any kind of bad team or any kind of bad fight that's going on. But we do see a LeBlanc ban coming through again from St. Clair for the other college, and I understand it completely because LeBlanc's always that extremely strong assassin that, like, she's just kind of difficult to play in my opinion. But I understand the thought behind it. And then we do obviously see the Sivir ban coming through because Sivir is the most broken ADC right now, and I want her out of my games. That is all I have to say.
Yep, and Riot's gonna help you out with that, but overall, first 3 bans coming through for each team.
Again.
Oh yeah, Lulu pick up again, so that's gonna be going over to Rafa there. And as I was saying though, overall, I'm not too surprised by the bans. Like, even Aquinas' bans I'm not surprised by, but the Wukong first pick coming out here.
What did I tell you? I told you, Wukong is one of the most, like, one of the strongest junglers right now, and I don't know why. You can't kill him. He has so much lifesteal now. I don't know what they changed again, but he's just insane at the moment. So it's a great pick from the other team. And then we also see a Leona pick coming through. I don't know how I feel about Leona into Lulu though, because Lulu can just polymorph her and try to avoid the stuns, or just polymorph the ADC as Leona goes in, and then Leona's just kind of screwed.
Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, trying to get into that, but then again, you can say that into any pick against Lulu, right?
Yeah, you can.
Polymorph is just a crazy ability. But yeah, I definitely think there is the chance for that aggro from the Leona to get stifled. Go back to Wukong for a sec.
Yeah.
I think you were saying he just lives for so long. I'm pretty sure it's because he's one of those champs that just rushes a Maw. If I'm not wrong.
I don't think he rushes Maw. I think
or
he
not
rushes...
rush, but like second item, right?
Second item, maybe.
Maw's just so good. You get that magic shield, and then you also just trigger Omnivamp for the rest of combat, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Azir coming out again. Once again for the Saints, we didn't really get to see too much of Bakery Boy on Azir, but I am excited to see that because that was one of my favorite picks from the Saints last year, back when they had Zephyr in the mid lane.
Yeah.
So I want to see Azir again. I love seeing Azir. I think he's so hype. And Trundle coming out. Trundle.
As an ADC main, it's painful. Very painful. Let me just tell you that, Josh.
Oh, I know. He's stealing all your AD.
He is, and then I just sit there like, hey, listen, I know you are a bruiser and you're gonna do a lot of damage to me, but just let me escape through jungle real quick, and then we'll talk again later, bud. Okay, just leave me be.
Yeah.
But we do see the Lissandra pick coming through for the mid lane, and I like it.
Yeah.
I like Lissandra. It looks like they're going for a really heavy CC, possibly a teamfight comp as well, where on St. Clair's side, I can see them more so picking people off one by one.
Yeah, definitely. Having Trundle in there too, just coming in for just like some high-speed ganks, and then you pull out your pillar there and just kind of smack them down, right? So I think that's a good pick there, yeah. But I want to see what St. Clair has coming out of their ADC pick.
Yeah.
We have an idea of the type of champ, right? So I want to see if St. Clair is going to opt into that Aphelios again and just play the Aphelios Lulu, or if we're going to see Rock Boom on another champion here. But in terms of bans, Set ban and Irelia ban coming out from St. Clair.
And then Renekton and Zeri coming out for the other team. Now, I can understand Renekton and I can understand Zeri. Set and Irelia, though, they're kind of in a weird spot. Like, yeah, they're good, but they're not that good.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume they're target bans, right? Like we see a lot of teams go for against Ricky. Samira Leona, though, right? You're just getting that aggression, but like you said, it's very easy for one good polymorph to just completely shut down that lane. And
actually, I see that working out better for them now. Because remember, Samira has that wind wall that can stop anything from hitting her. including auto attacks, abilities,
Any projectile,
everything.
right? But
Yep.
does polymorph count as projectile? Isn't it point and click?
I believe it's projectile.
Okay, yeah. I'm not 100% sure on that. It comes out so quickly, right? It feels like it's just instant, but yeah, that Samira wind wall could be the difference in some of these fights.
Yeah.
Tristana coming through now for Rock Boom, so we do get to see a little different. Tristana was actually banned in the last game, so I wonder if that's more of Rock Boom's comfort pick in comparison to something like the Aphelios, but we'll have to see as the season goes.
I remember I spoke to him about comfort picks, and I believe he had around the same ones as me, actually. So he likes Kai'Sa, he likes Jinx, so like more of like the hyper 80 carries.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to see the Tristana into Samira, because yes, I can see Tristana winning it, but also I can see Samira dashing to Tristana and using Windwall or her W to avoid Tristana E, which is the bomb. But then after that, Tristana can just jump away and hit you from far away. So I don't know, it's going to be a really interesting game. And then in the top lane, we have Gnar versus Camille. I feel like even though I play more League than you, I feel like you might know that matchup a little bit better than me. So what do you think?
Truthfully, I don't actually know how this matchup ends right now. Like I said, I'm an ARAM player myself, so I'm a little out of the loop when it comes to top lane matchups. But Gnar, I mean, it's ranged into melee in the end, right?
Oh, true.
But if there's any champ that is gonna be able to like kind of keep themselves in the game, someone like Camille would probably be it. If you take, I'm assuming they're gonna take Grasp and just kind of try going for trades, right? So that at least when you finally do get into that melee fight with the Gnar, it's not so taxing. Yeah. Because she'll get that physical damage shield. Which will help negate a little bit of it. So I think that's going to be much more even than say the last matchup would have been with that Gnar into Ornn there. Yeah, and overall, the biggest question of them all, who do you think's going to win this? Based off of team comp alone. Team comp alone? Yeah. Let me hear your thoughts. I got to say Aquinas. Aquinas actually getting in a little bit of auto damage here on Baker Boy. Flash gonna come out. Leoto gets the stun. Couple autos gonna come down. Ignite burned as well. This could be a level 1 kill, but the cleanse and flash is gonna be down from Baker Boy. And Trundle found first blood onto Leoto. The Camille there. And Namwen now probably just gonna have to run away through this Baron pit here. But as the buff spawns, we see it disengage. That could not have worked out better for St. Clair. They were able to, I didn't even see that Azir brought cleanse right when the match started. But that cleanse genuinely saved his life. I always forget that you can cleanse Ignite, but it is a little hidden thing that not a lot of people know. But that worked out perfectly. And I believe, yeah, Trundle or Timmy's at 3 a.m. was able to pick up the kill. Yeah. And he's gonna show them why he goes to Timmy's at 3 a.m. Exactly. You got to get that double caffeine fix before anything else. And see, here's what I'm saying. If there's anyone who can turn around the range damage from the Gnar, it would be Camille, right? Because you get that quick little stun and you're able to get back in. But Ricky is going to have a bit of a gold lead going into this, and we all know what Ricky can do with the gold lead. Oh, Ricky. Oh, we do see Leona going in here, but not able to get a lot of damage off, as Saints are a level up on their bot lane until now, because my timing is always the worst, you know? Here it is. Leoto looking for an all-in here. Ricky might just find himself dead, but it's just going to be a few autos that come out before that wave crashes into tower. That wave was in a perfect position. Leoto didn't want to really engage in that super hard, so he's just going to take those autos where he can, but he's going to be following Ricky all the way to his tower here, and he is going to find the kill. The Q auto there gonna find it. Nah, because that was wrong. Did you see how much distance there was between them? I'm curious to the reason why Ricky stayed. Again, me not knowing a lot about the top laner champs, I couldn't tell you exactly why. But maybe he was just hoping off of the lifesteal. But we do see it. Trundle kind of starting a fight here. Leona does flash over the wall, and Trundle has a Atreus flash as well. Volley's coming up to try and save the fight. They are going to pick up the Leona here, and Wukong is going to have to use his clone to get over the wall. Lissandra's going to also use her claw ability to escape that fight. Lulu is just trying to push up to make sure that they know where they stand in this game. Yeah, Rafa clearing out some of the vision there in that tri-bush, whereas Bakery Boy going to be able to crash this wave in mid, hopefully. Is able to get a few of them down there, but the sheer life lead he's getting, it seems like he's getting a lot of nice poke damage in on this mid lane. Leoto going to be going back in for a fight against Ricky, and with Ricky only grabbing a cult on that back, Leoto is going to have a much easier time in lane after that first kill. So much poke damage coming out from Rafier as well. Judge Grudge finding himself in a difficult position under the tower.
Oh.
Jump leap in from Ricky there in the mega form. He is going to get a little bit of damage out there with a little combo of his own. As the Lissandra is going to back, so it's going to give Bakery Boy once again possibly a plate. The Lissandra does have TP, so I assume we're just going to see that come out, but at least a reset for Bakery Boy here as he's able to shove this wave.
Looking at the bot turret right now, we do see Trundle coming around at the corner for a dive. Tristana's got to get the bomb off on Samira. Trundle is going to pick up the kill with just an auto attack and going to pick up another kill. Now Timmy is 3-0 in at 5 minutes. I would not want to fight against that. And also the other thing that I wanted to point out, St. Clair is playing this bot lane extremely well. They're pushing Leona and Samira under turret to make sure that if they do try and engage, they can't.
Yeah, essentially. It is, yeah, definitely being played very well. And when you're that far ahead, right, having your Trundle come down and just get a quick dive, it's great to see.
Oh, no.
Leoto whiffing a quick E there. Once again, we're just seeing more typical top lane fights. Quick trade there as the wave is actually going to be pushed towards this tower. But we're seeing Namwen in this topside river here. Just grab that scuttle up there. So that's going to be some good map presence. But now that Brockboom is sitting like pretty comfortably ahead on items, we're actually seeing Rafa head up towards the top lane. He's going to be running in here. I don't think Leoto has any idea unless he just spotted him, but should be out of vision currently.
I honestly, it's really interesting to see Ricky have such a challenging time, but we do see Leandra going in on the Azir here, pops off the ulti set, then Azir can't escape this fight. Wukong does pull up to the side, and they might pick up the kill, we're not sure. They tried to go in on Camille up top lane, but doesn't really find the kill, sadly. Two fights going on at once.
Yeah, 2 fights going on at once, but the cleanse is going to be burned from Bakery Boy there. That's how he got out of that Lissandra ult, and he is going to be saving himself, but finds himself a level down now. A level down, 10 CS down. Meanwhile, we are going to see Rockboom. Another cleanse being burned in the bottom.
Nice.
W Flash going to get him out of that tower dive. And that is a great save for yourself when you've got this gold lead as St. Clair.
That was beautifully played by Rockboom, but my only concern here is that they know that he wasted Flash now, and I'm not sure if they got the jungler, the vision on Timmy's there before they did have to leave, but if they didn't, then they could have just simply gone back under, and I'm very curious to why they didn't. But Rockboom's playing this extremely well for not having his support with him at the moment. They do spot out that the jungler is balling, so they are going to go back a little bit. Rockboom's playing aggressive with the Tristana, which is exactly what he needs to do, almost forcing the Samira to back here, but we'll see what does happen in the end. I was going to say, though, it's kind of interesting to see Ricky have a little bit of a struggle here because we're so used to him just dominating the top lane.
Speaking of dominating, currently we're seeing a bit of that range Gnar prowess coming out. Meanwhile, another dive is about to be set up on this bot lane.
Wow.
Judge Grudge and just not having a fun time, and Namwen gonna walk into that tri-bush and just find Timmy's himself there. And there it is, the Trundle damage coming through. 1, 2, 3, 4 smacks. Gonna find himself a double kill. Can he find the third on this Wukong? It's gonna be Rockboom who finds it, and that is 3 kills for the Saints coming out. 4K gold lead now.
These tower dives are beautifully done. That Tristana ulti there was perfectly timed for the Samira dash that then Samira just couldn't even touch him and he couldn't even pick up the shutdown off of that tower dive, even though it was very close. Ricky is just trying to fend off this wave, pushing to his turret, making sure that he doesn't get completely forced under where he can't do anything else, but Camille's just able to walk up and do so much damage. I don't like Camille!
Yeah, Camille can do that, but at the same time, when you're Ricky, you're going to be autoing him so much. The Hextech ultimatum going to come out, but it's the tower damage that is able to take down that Camille.
You had so much good pressure there, why would you give it up?
Yeah, unfortunate all-in comes out from Leoto. I want to say Leoto at that point just trying to get something for their team at the time, right? You're so far behind now. Yeet going to be engaged on under tower there. Bakery Boy not able to finish off the damage there, but it's Rock Boom 1v1 against Judge Grudge. And they're about even on health as Rock Boom's able to make it out, but now it's Alonso or
Big boy
Timmy's coming
Trundle.
down here. More Trundle Pillar going to come out. The slow is too much. The AD's being stolen, and he's going to get smacked to death.
Let's just look at the board here for a second. The scoreboard at the bottom, in your lower thirds of the screen here. So we got a 1-1 for Ricky top. We got a 6-0 Trundle. Imagine it being 9 minutes into the game. Not even 10 minutes yet. 9 minutes. And you're against a 6-0 Trundle. I would be terrified.
Yeah, the Sheen came out, the Caulfields came out as well, so all of those abilities that you're so terrified of, that slow, his attack speed buff, that's all going to be coming even faster. I wouldn't be surprised if he's close enough to his first item at this point after a back.
For sure. But then we do have Bakery Boy chilling in the mid lane with a good amount of CS at the moment, and then we do have Rock Boom in bot lane going 2-0 and 5. Honestly, to me, assists don't really matter in the other lanes except for ADC support and jungle. Those to me are the most important, and because he has 5 assists, that's so much more gold than you think it is. Because it's always, a kill is 300 gold, but an assist is 150. So those 5 assists, imagine how much money that is.
Yeah,
Just
and
free.
the mid laner and support actually grouping up there to go steal the Trundle's blue buff there, Saint side blue buff. And now it's Ricky. I don't think he knew that was a 1v4 when he engaged, but a huge ult is going to come through. Timmy's on the rotation. Rafa and Bakery Boy are there as well. Huge ult coming out from Rafa as well. The knockup is going to be good, and the stuns are just so good. The damage is there. Yeet, he is going to make it out with his teleport, but this is a free rift for the Saints now.
That was amazing. I was sitting here and I was like, Ricky, you're caught out, man. Ricky, there's 4 people around you, man. Just get out. But he does what Ricky does.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. He does what Ricky does.
Yeah, the little leap to just give that extra time for the rotation definitely helped, because when you're playing Gnar like that, yeah, you can get blown up before you're in Mega form, right? And running into that fight, I definitely thought that's where we were going to see him, but luckily that stall was just good enough, and Timmy's and Bakery Boy found their way there. Rock Boom also grabbing another kill in that fight, I believe. So
I believe Rock Boom can get out of this little trouble that he's in here. You see the Leona coming up from the river, but Camille does go in with the ulti. Rock Boom does ult him out of it, uses cleanse to get out of the Leona stun, and is able to just jump away for free. That is why I hate Tristana. Listen, as a Jinx main, Tristana, worst champion to fight. I don't care. I don't care what the argument is. I hate her. But she is such a good champion. I do have her Mastery 7.
the W is also like uncancelable, right? Like once it's clicked, it pretty much just goes?
Nope.
Okay.
Because if either with actually Leona, if she does W while Leona's stunned, she can either, I forget if it's that she stops her midair or Leona can just follow her the entire jump. But she can be pulled out of her jump with Nautilus, Q, or Blitzcrank, or Thresh, any of those. I know Thresh can also play her out of it. But we do see a small little tussle going on bot lane here. Ricky fighting Lissandra. Lissandra does have to pop ulti to get Ricky off of her back. And it looks like they just both walk out of the fight. But a little bit lower than 50 HP, so it's not too bad. Bot lane's going to try and pick up the top turret here. Never mind, they're going to go for the kill.
Yeah, full damage. Going to be running after Leoto there, but they're just going to opt for the tower instead, as Leoto's going to get off a back. Ricky, Mega Form now back up, so this fight against Yeet may be possible, but at the time, no Mega. He was kind of just chunking him down with those autos, but Mega's about to pop, and Yeet knows they get themselves out of there. As the Aquinas' bot lane kind of just stuck in this mid lane. There's not really much you can do when you're this far behind in the game, especially when you kind of all in does Samir there. Ricky finding himself in the 1v2 here. We've seen Ricky in this situation so many times. Rundle coming in through this tri-bush.
He doesn't even know.
What are you going to do? His clone is down as well. There's no making it out of this. As Timmy's at 3 a.m. runs you down with that Trundle club, you're going to find yourself with a gray screen.
If you ever wonder why he goes to Timmy's at 3 a.m. it's because he's practicing to fight everybody and make sure they know that he is the boss of the Rift.
Exactly. Speaking of which, the boss of the Rift making his way towards mid here as Judge Grudge is just going to run away. There isn't much you can do there. Even the TP coming out, all you're going to do is stall this Rift for a second here. He's still going to finish off that tower. And the damage is insane. Like, okay, I understand he's an item and a half already, but it's a bruiser, right? You're not playing an assassin or anything, and the damage is just so high. That's what happens when you have a 9-0 Trundle.
It is almost 10. It's like 5 seconds away from being 14 minutes in the game, and Saints are 14-1. Almost, how much is that? 13k ahead, is it not? 13k ahead in gold. And they are already at their inhibitor turrets. This is terrifying for the enemy team, and we're not sure how much longer they can hold out here. But I do want to say that they have put in such a good effort. I also just think that it's not even a player difference, it's a champion difference. Trundle is in this point, Trundle is in such an incredible spot right now. It's so hard to fight, and Wukong's the exact same, but it all depends on who gets ahead first. But each team's playing so well, and I'm happy that we were able to show off a great game for you guys tonight.
Yeah, and honestly, I can't think of a better game to show off this new Saints roster to the NECC, because you're seeing great play out of the new jungler. Ricky is holding his own in the top lane, keeping the CS lead like you always see him have, and Rock Boom's coming in, finding himself 3-0. They're dominating that bot lane with the help of the new jungler. It's just, it's great, right? You're seeing the chemistry come out, and you're seeing kind of how they're going to be playing this season. I want to think they're going to be focusing more towards that bot lane this season, right?
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what the future holds for Saints. But we do see Liliana and Wukong going in on the Tristana here. Lulu does have to pop ulti to make sure that Rockboom can last a little bit longer. He's able to pick up the kill on Leona and just instantly turn on the Wukong, getting both of them. The fight does continue with Lissandra sadly having to try and escape, ulting herself for a little bit more HP and a little bit more control. Samir goes in with the ultimate but isn't able to find anybody, and St. Clair just wipes everybody. Rockboom makes it out alive. That was insane.
I think Rockboom actually hit like about 10 health during that fight.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it happened like twice.
Yeah, the Rafa making full use of this Lulu to keep Rockboom alive. That Bork as well on the Tristana, just keeping him alive so much. He also, I don't know if you saw, but he ran back to lifesteal off of the blue buff as well quickly, and then came in and finished off the Samira, which was nice little play there from Rockboom. And now they're just able to transfer this pressure over towards these side lanes. No turrets left other than the base turrets for Aquinas here.
It was a funny thing that Rockboom did turn to go get that blue buff, because it was just like, he was like, listen, I already got half you guys, just give me 1 second, okay? And then I'll be back. Don't worry, just stay there for a second.
Just let me life steal quickly, I'll be back.
It was really funny. But I think my other favorite part of this is Bakery Boy in this game. Listen, no hate to him at all. He's been doing a great job pushing mid lane and pushing the bot lane here. I just think it's hilarious that the rest of Saints are so strong. He can just go ahead and freely push bot. There's no consequences to that at all. And it helps out Saints a lot, because now they don't have to worry about having to move to lane to get those objectives. They do look like they're going to pick up Rift here, and it looks like they want to try and steal it from them, but they're not. They're hesitating a little bit. It's like you can see the gears turning in their head.
Yeah, no, you can see the gears turning, but they just don't have the vision, right? They had no vision on that pit there, so they're sitting there going, okay, are we going to go in blind to try and steal this Rift? But Rafa forced to use the Lulu ult on himself as the Lissandra ult comes out as well. Rafa stuck in place for about 5 seconds there, and he's just going to take the brunt of a whole team's worth of damage.
You know, it's the classic Leona thing. You know, sorry, but I know you want to move. I want you to stay in this single spot for like 10 seconds. I don't want you to move anymore. Sorry.
And I think those are the kind of plays we needed to see from Aquinas coming out from the starting. But when your bot lane is getting dove at 5 minutes, there's just not much you can do, right? You're too behind in the team fight to make those work. But yeah, if we had been seeing picks like that from the starting of the game, I think this could have been a little more even in Aquinas' favor. But at the moment, I think it's just inevitable until the Saints take this Nexus down.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry, I'm just giggling at the fact that a Tristana, an ADC, can freely jump onto a Camille and say, sorry, but no.
Yeah.
You want to get this loot? You can try me. I dare you. I love how this game is going so far. As you said earlier, it's a great way to show off the new roster that we have here for St. Clair and Saints Gaming. But honestly, I wasn't expecting this. I wasn't expecting this much of a stomp, and I'm very proud of Saints, but also, again, to the other college. great job for trying, and they've been playing well. It's genuinely just a champion difference.
Yeah.
We see so many meta picks from Saints, and it's hard to fight against them, you know?
Yeah, Ricky getting jumped on in the bot lane here, and the Mega isn't actually going to come up in time, so Ricky going to find himself falling as the rest of the Saints are just going to be beating down this Nexus here. Rockboom gets jumped on, and there's a zero to try and save him, but it's Aquinas flipping the fight in their favor. And Alonso, he's not going to be able to get out of there either.
Oh my god.
Saints, they just lost about 5k of their gold lead. They've still sitting on a nice 12k gold lead, but they were not able to finish off the game there. Just went a little too ham trying to get those Nexus turrets, and they did get it flipped on themselves. The pick on Ricky was super smart as well. They were able to go in there, find that pick. You can see Ricky, no Megas charged up. There hasn't been any minions in there at the time, right? So just, having sending the two down there, then you get this whole team rotation as the Saints get a little too cocky on this Nexus turret.
That Lissandra ulti was so good, and especially the fact that they waited for the cleanse from Rockboom, and then the Leona ulti came through just to make sure that they did lock him down. What annoyed me, though, how long that Trundle lived. That shouldn't be okay, right? Come on!
Yeah, but you can't kill that Trundle at this point. It's too many items at this point, right? Two ahead, but...
It was funny because when he did did end up dying in that team fight, I looked at his bounty and I was like, okay, he had 700 gold, understandable. Then I didn't see it go down and I was like, there's no way. There's no way he has 2 700 gold bounties on him. But they are gonna go for the Baron here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it could be a flip coming out, but it's actually Ricky who wants to flip it in their favor. He's gonna hit the double ultimate there. As the team fight comes out, Judge Grudge putting in so much damage there. It's just Bakery Boy left after going golden, and wow.
Oh my god.
Aquinas flips the team fight. They're able to find the Baron, and the timers are just too long on Saints. This Baron is going to Aquinas. The game is not over. The Supers are attacking their Nexus turrets currently, but Aquinas might have a foothold in this game still.
It's like Saints had their foot in the door, and then the door was slammed shut on the foot. Like, what did we just witness?
I don't know. I really thought that engage from Ricky was going to start them off well, but Judge Grudge coming in with a very, very nice ultimate there, getting a lot of damage out, and just kind of forcing out a lot of things, forcing Bakery Boy to use that ult so early as well to try and disengage. And then he's just going to be stuck golden for the rest of the fight. Yeah, let's take a look at another second look here.
Ricky
goes see that Ricky ult?
Yeah. He goes over the wall, and oh, that's what it was. It was the Camille going over the wall to stun everybody else, and then the Samira was able to just come in, proc her ulti, and just pop off in the team fight. That was insane. Now Saints are in a really bad position because they have Baron, so they can't push as much. The gold leads are definitely starting to catch up to St. Clair, and I'm a little bit worried for them. Because what was the score before those two team fights?
I believe it was 19-2, if I'm not mistaken.
I was gonna say something like that.
Yeah, Aquinas had found themselves maybe 3 picks throughout that whole game.
Wow.
So yeah, it was definitely a rough one. Yeah, he's stuck in between the pillar and the wall there, not able to find his way back into the base. Ricky LaFleur able to put in some pressure on this mid lane. At least in Saints' favor, at least this Baron is not going to be used for any pushing power, considering the double inhibs are already down. They're just using this Baron to save their own base.
Yeah. Rockboom is doing so much. Oh my god. The Lissandra did have to pop ulti there in order to survive for a little bit longer, but Timmy's is just going to come up and finish her off. Leona's going to try and go in on Rockboom to stop him from killing off Samira, but is able to pick up the kill, and it looks like Saints are just going to close out the game right here.
Yeah, 3 players down on Aquinas, 5 still up from the Saints. 1 Nexus turret at half, as we're going to see all 5 players just start going in for these Nexus turrets. I love the melee range Tristana. You can't beat it. Flashing to hit up that knockup, but he's going to go golden. And it seems like that's going to be the end. Saints taking, we assume, their first 2 games in NECC preseason.
So.
We didn't get to see the end of the first game, but Saints gonna take it over Aquinas, 24-12. A pretty dominant game coming out from the Saints.
That was insane. Saints performed amazing that game. And also, good job to I'm always so scared of saying
Aquinas.
Thank you, Aquinas, as well, for doing their best. They definitely put up a good fight for the Saints, but Saints do walk away with the win here, so congrats to them. I'm speechless from being able to like witness all the amazing plays from that game. I'm really excited to see how far Rockboom does go for ADC, because I like those plays. I'm an aggressive laner myself, so like to see someone who's much better than me play like that is definitely a lot of fun for everybody to watch.
Yeah, those aggressive Tristana plays are great because I love just seeing the amount of damage that comes out off of that one of those bombs. Right?
Oh yeah,
you saw it so many times there where Samira would get the bomb on her, and then they couldn't even fully stack the bomb. Rockboom would be stuck attacking that wind wall for so long, right? But 1 or 2 stacks on that bomb's still gonna chunk down for like a quarter health, right?
Yeah,
and then
for sure.
With a champ like Samira, who they're gonna be going lifesteal initially, but they're still not gonna be able to lifesteal that much. The W isn't up enough to be able to save themselves. So yeah, Samira just finding themselves in a pretty tough position there. And
those KDAs,
they're
so
look
good.
at the damage coming out from Rockboom. But of course, as much as Rockboom had the damage, it would have all been for naught if it was not for Timmy's at 3 a.m., aka Alonzo.
Timmy's at 3
coming
a.m. coming through.
2 dives coming out, a triple kill coming out at like 7 minutes.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, starting off that game so
insane.
well for the Saints and getting those leads rolling for the rest of the laners, right? And then, you know, new addition Bakery Boy played the lane super safe, super passive. We saw himself escape like 2 ganks, which was great to see. And then he's able to, as much as he wasn't doing, you know, he doesn't have a crazy amount of KP, like, because most of that was just from the bot lane themselves. But if we're looking at the damage charts, he is up there. He's above the Trundle. He's up there with Ricky, and he always found himself in a good spot on the map. He was always there for the rotations. That ult was always there for saves and team fights. I can't really ask for much more from this roster right now.
It was really, really well played from everybody on both sides of the team. I'm not sure how much more I can say because so much has already been said, but I'm not sure when the next league game will be. I believe we do have another stream that is coming up Saturday. I want to say around 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Valorant!
Yeah, Valorant on Saturday.
Okay, disclaimer, I've slowly been getting into Valorant, so I'm kind of excited. But anyways, it was a great day. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties earlier. Saints did win. We promise you that. They did great. We saw it ourselves. We just couldn't show you guys, sadly. But we hope everybody enjoyed the stream tonight. And any final words, bud?
Any final words? Not really for today. Excited to be back here in the studio.
We did it.
Great to be casting with you again, Kaylee. Everyone here, shout out to Danners. Shout out to our new observer, Ryan, here in the back, too. You know, background did a great job, as always. And, excited to be back. Can't wait for the start of an amazing year.
Me
Saints.
too. Anyways, I'm Kaylee Jaffe, and this has been Josh Pafundi, and we'll be hopefully see you guys soon. But have a good night, everybody, and don't forget to tune in for Saturday.
Find it.
Nah, because that was wrong. Did you see how much distance there was between them? I'm curious to the reason why Ricky stayed. Again, me not knowing a lot about the top laner champs, I couldn't tell you exactly why. But maybe he was just hoping off of the lifesteal. But we do see Trundle kind of starting a fight here. Leona does flash over the wall, and Trundle has a Chariot Slash as well. Volley's coming up to try and save the fight. They are going to pick up the Leona here, and Wukong is going to have to use his cone to get over the wall. Lissandra's going to also use her claw.
Just going to give Bakery Boy, once again, possibly a plate. The Lissandra does have TP, so I assume we're just going to see that come out. But at least a reset for Bakery Boy here as he's able to shove this wave.
Looking at bot turret right now, we do see Trundle coming around at the corner for a dive. Tristana's got to get the bomb off on Samira. Trundle is going to pick up the kill with just an auto attack and going to pick up another kill. Now, Timmy is 3-0 in at 5 minutes.
Currently, we're seeing a bit of that range in our prowess coming out. Meanwhile, another dive is about to be set up on this bot lane.
Wow.
Judge Grudge and just not having a fun time. And Namwen gonna walk into that tri-bush and just find Timmy's himself there. And there it is, the Trundle damage coming through. 1, 2, 3, 4 smacks. Gonna find himself a double kill. Can he find the third on this Wukong?
Free.
The mid laner and support actually grouping up there to go steal the Trundle's blue buff there, Saint side blue buff. And now it's Ricky. I don't think he knew that was a 1v4 when he engaged, but a huge ult is going to come through. Timmy's on the rotation. Rafa and Bakery Boy are there as well. Huge ult coming out from Rafa as well. The knockup is going to be good, and the stuns are just so good. The damage is there. Ya Yeet, he is going to make it out with his teleport.
Really excited to see what the future holds for Saints. But we do see Liliana and Wukong going in on the Tristana here. Lulu does have to pop ulti to make sure that Rakun can last a little bit longer. He's able to pick up the kill on Leona and just instantly turn on the Wukong, getting both of them. The fight does continue with Lysandra sadly having to try and escape, ulting herself for a little bit more HP and a little bit more control. Samir goes in with the ultimate but isn't able to find anybody. And Clair.
Yeah.
You see so many meta picks from Saints, and it's hard to fight against them, you know?
Yeah, Ricky getting jumped on in the bot lane here, and the Mega isn't actually going to come up in time, so Ricky going to find himself falling as the rest of the Saints are just going to be beating down this Nexus here. Rakun gets jumped on, and there's the Azir ult to try and save him, but it's Aquinas flipping the fight in their favor. And Alonso, he's not going to be able to get out of there either.
Oh my god. I didn't see it go down, and I was like, there's no way. There's no way he has 2 700 gold bounties on him. But they are going to go for the Baron here. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, it could be a flip coming out, but it's actually Ricky who wants to flip it in their favor. He's going to hit the double ultimate there as the team fight comes out. Judge Grudge putting in so much damage there. It's just Bakery Boy left after going golden. And wow.
Oh my god.
Aquinas flipped in Saint's favor. At least this Baron is not going to be used for any pushing power, considering the double inhibitor are down. They're just using this Baron to save their own base.
Yeah. Rakun is doing so much. Oh my god. The Lysandra did have to pop ulti there in order to survive for a little bit longer, but Timmy's is just going to come up and finish her off. Leona's going to try and go in on Rakun to stop him from killing off Samira, but is able to pick up the kill, and it looks like Saints are just going to close out the game right here.
Yeah,